welcome to another episode of Beer Watch by Food Scouts. My name's Miz and I am incredibly excited today. I have a beer by one of my favourite ever breweries. Rogue is the best brewery you could possibly imagine. We have an Oatmeal Stout by one of my favourite ever breweries. Their design is always incredible, but we'll get to that in a second. Let's get this tried. So when you think stouts, and especially when you think oatmeal stouts, you think of those chocolate flavours, you think of those coffee flavours and aromas. And that colour definitely delivers when it comes to that, does it not? Get that back in its right place. And yes, those aromas definitely delivers when it comes to the chocolate and the coffee. That is exactly what you're expecting. It looks and smells gorgeous. Let's give it a try and see if it delivers in taste as well. The glory that is a beer by Rogue. I normally avoid stouts. That isn't because I don't like them. The reason is because I drank so much Guinness when I was younger that I just associate with chucking up black stuff. However, there are a few breweries that I make an exception for, Omnipollo being one. I will make some reviews by those guys as soon as I can, but Rogue definitely being the other. I do not care what it is that Rogue puts out, I will give it a go. Part of that is the fact that the design, you can see it there, is so fucking eye-catching that regardless of what it is, you want to know what it's about. And I hope you agree with me. Every single beer I've seen them do makes you want to check it out on the shelf, and that is a huge bonus. On top of that, the fact that every single beer I have tried by them is exceptional. Even beers that are supposed to taste like bacon, and yes, they have a bacon beer. Check it out. Check their website out. The link is below. Phenomenal brewery, and you will fall in love. Unfortunately, if you're in Europe, it can be a bit tough to get hold of, which is why I was amazed when I stumbled upon it in Barcelona. This is so incredibly full of flavour. You definitely get that chocolate coming through. You definitely get that coffee coming through. If you don't like iced coffee, I would stay away from this. For me, it just packs so much punch that I enjoy it. Probably not to drink all night long. I would probably just drink one, but because it's Rogue, because I know it's going to deliver so much flavour, I want to try it and I want to know what it's about. If you do like coffee, if you do like very chocolatey beers, is chocolatey a word? Chocolatey? I don't think so. If you do like beers that are on the chocolate spectrum of things, then you will love this. Definitely give it a go if you can get your hands on it. So I was actually trying to find the percentage on here. It might be that I'm being an absolute idiot. I will give it a quick spin just to see if you can see it. It might be that it's worn away on that side there, but I can't actually see it, so I'm going to go shoot off and find that out for you. So, I don't think I was being stupid by having to Google that, because it was the second most Googled question when I put that in. So I think it is actually that it doesn't have it in the bottle. No idea why, but it's a 5.8%, meaning that, depending on how you handle your beer, and I always say this, but you kind of have to, I wouldn't drink it all day. I think it's got way too much taste. To me, it's like having a coffee, and I wouldn't be able to drink coffee all day. However, if this is your favourite beer, 5.8 isn't on the really high level of things, if you're used to drinking craft beer, I guess. On the other hand, it could leave you drunkenly chatting shit to people that don't want to be listening to it, so you've been warned. So, everyone wants to know about these food pairings, and to be honest, I always struggle when it comes to stouts, partially because even when I worked at the craft beer pub, I avoided them a bit due to my experience with them when I was young. However, so everyone wants to know about these food pairings, and to be honest, I always struggle with stouts partly because it was one of the beers that I avoided for so long, as mentioned before. Even when I worked at the craft beer pub, I was a bit dubious with what to place it with. There are certain things that it always goes with. For example, berries. And this one in particular, because it's got so much aroma of chocolate and coffee, would work amazingly with something like strawberries. It would complement each other so well and the flavours would just merge perfectly. However, I don't want to stop at that. I want to do something that's a bit different. And I've been thinking about it a lot as I've been drinking. I'm going to drink some more and then give you my opinion. So, the conclusion I've come to is that I would place this with barbecue spare ribs. Why? Well, I like using chocolate merged with things that are barbecued anyway. We started doing this, well, my girlfriend actually started doing this with chili, but the idea of merging chocolate with barbecue spare ribs just sounds amazing. That barbecue sauce with that chocolateliness, again, chocolateliness is not a word. That barbecue sauce along with those chocolate flavours are going to work wonders. Give me 2 seconds when I change the record. So yeah, for me, this Rogue Oatmeal Stout would go with barbecue spare ribs, and I think those flavours would complement each other perfectly. Again, if you want another option, dessert-wise, which is what I would lean towards if it wasn't that sort of barbecue flavour, you could go for something like banoffee pie. Obviously, that's gonna work amazingly. However, I avoid choosing very strong beers along with dessert because it just leaves my mouth feeling like I can't take any more flavour, and can sometimes feel like I need to drink a gallon of water. So that is subject to your point of view. I could talk all day when it comes to the design on Rogue beer bottles. I've mentioned it a load, and I could again keep on going all day long. The design is incredible, and every time they release a beer, I am in awe of the flavours they are talking about, of the design that's on the bottle, and I want to get hold of it even though it's extremely hard where I am in Spain. You do see it pop up in beer shops every once in a while. If you know any that often have Rogue beer, please let me know. I'm in Barcelona. I would love to get hold of as much Rogue beer as I can. We picked up this Rogue beer in a place called, I can't remember. 1 second. In a shop called RIT, R-I-T, in Barcelona. Aren't girlfriends useful that you can just pop up and ask them a question and they remember everything, or have Google right at their fingertips? Yes, RIT. They also have 3 beers on tap. We didn't try any because we're actually popping by on our way to review in a restaurant, which will be up soon, I believe. And we saw that they had loads of beers. We popped in. Their beer selection is incredible, like off the wall. They had a bunch of Rogue beers. I was very tempted to grab them all. However, I wanted to have a few different ones to review, so I actually chose ones by a few different breweries that I hadn't seen before, and I'm really excited to get on reviewing too. But yeah, Rogue is the one. So much respect to that shop, RIT, again in Barcelona, for sourcing this. I was blown away as soon as I saw it. I think it was actually my girlfriend that spotted someone drinking Rogue can as we walked in. And they also had some Rogue bottles on display outside, but empty ones, so we were wondering whether they'd have any in. But I was so excited when I saw it. If you haven't tried them, please go look at their beers straight away, see where you can get hold of some. It is incredible. And I think that is pretty much all you need to know when it comes to this beer. Again, I could talk ages about the brewery, and I'm sure I will at some point. I would love to interview someone from Rogue at some point. Their ideas, their design is amazing. My name's Miz. We are Food Scouts. This has been Beer Watch. This is the Rogue Oatmeal Ale. I think it is called Shakespeare. The Shakespeare Oatmeal Ale. How did I forget to say that all review long? It is the Shakespeare Oatmeal Stout, which adds to the magnificence in the design, adds to the magnificence in taste, flavour and aroma. It is amazing, it is magnificent. It is the Shakespeare Oatmeal Stout by Rogue. Cheers, thanks for watching, subscribe. We'll be back very shortly with some more beer reviews. Let us know if we've missed anything, let us know if you want to see anything different. Thanks a lot.